Should work with this guy, and I think we're just being throttled by the fact that I don't have enough water and I don't have enough fluid duct. So I bet you that's what we're running into. I'll come back and fix that later. Let's just move on back to the mass fabricator. Alrighty. So the mass fabricator, and to do that I'm going to need my advanced alloy. What is that? That should be this guy here, but he's not doing anything. Huh. I don't know where that sun was coming from. Alright, so put those in there. Now we need to make a mass fabricator. Okay, so he needs a lot of really expensive stuff. Advanced control circuits, which I should have some of. Lapotron crystal. That's 2 more advanced circuits. An energy crystal, which I should have a spare one of those. I've made them before. And lapis lazuli dust, which you just get from crushing lapis lazuli in a macerator. So there's my Lapotron crystal. Glowstone dust, I should have advanced machine casings. This is what I needed the advanced alloy from. So it's advanced alloy, refined iron plates, carbon plates, and basic machine casing. Do I have all that? I didn't have the basic machine casing. I should have known that I didn't have any of those. I'm always running out of these, and I need more iron plates. Do I still have a hammer? Forge. Yes, I do. Always running out of iron plates, too. Iron. Iron. There it is. There, we'll just kill that forge hammer. Alright, so mass fab. Alright, so we did 1 more of these, and then 2 of these. Alright, so that's good. Now, I think I've got everything. What am I missing? Oh, it's because the glowstone dust doesn't pull in. It's not another thing that doesn't work. Glowstone dust. Ooh, wow. I got a bunch. Why? Mass fab. Why? Why game? Why game? Oh. Alright, so, try this again. Glowstone. Do this right. Alright. Get some lag. Okay, there we go. Finally. Mass fabricator. Huh. That's weird. It's not making any noise. Okay, well, fair enough. That's strange. Okay, mass fabricator. So we are going to stick this guy right here. Right on this HV cable, because that's coming out of my MFE and the rest of my system. Now, this may draw so much power that this makes the rest of these things stop working. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if it's going to try to split between the two or what. It'll probably just suck it dry. But that's not a big deal. I'm not using this stuff for much except for recycling at the moment anyway, and the odd thing. There we go. So that's going to start progressing very slowly, probably sucking the life out of... Oh, that's because there's going to be some capacity upstream of it. Alright, so now we need to get some... We need to get that bedrockium drum. That's what we need. Bedrockium drum, and I need some sort of servo. Sure, reinforced servo. That's what we'll put on there for now. And then I've got... Do I have any fluid duct? I might have already put it in there. Fluid duct. Temperate fluid duct. I honestly don't know if UU matter counts for temperate fluid duct. Let's just make some more hardened. Hardened fluid duct. It's not that bad. Oh, that's the last of my hardened glass / other stuff. Alright, well, that's fine. Okay, so we're just going to put this pretty much right on top of this guy. Now I'm going to have to try to get all my scrap into this thing, but as I said, I'm not terribly concerned about it right at the moment because I need a more robust system anyway, and I'm just trying to use up all the power that's being generated by my fan. Huh, still keeping up. I wonder what this is... I wonder what this is using for power. Well, I might be able to upgrade it if it really is not. Alright, so the first one should be coming out of the gate here pretty soon. Well, let's just throw a stack of these guys in it. First little bit probably just came out there. There we go. Yep, first middle bucket. So, this is going to be chugging away for quite a while. Eventually, as I said, I'm going to get my scrap system all set up so that they all feed into this guy. I just got to redo everything, and this will probably actually move to that floor, because that floor is going to be all my automated stuff, and this certainly qualifies as automated stuff. Did I say animated stuff? I meant automated stuff. And so, yeah, eventually this will all... Oh, my wind turbine isn't moving, so this should be drawing down here soon. Apparently not. Let's go check on that real quick, figure out what's going on there. And down we go. Let's see, maybe I just had so much capacity in here. 20,000? Am I really just getting... Wind too weak? Am I really just getting free power? That'd be weird. It's like it's working off of nothing. It is, it's just... Well, that's really strange. That's not right. Throw some more scrap in there. Alright, well, I'm going to figure out why I'm getting free energy right here. That may be related to this other issue that I have. That chunk over there is all buggy, and it was giving some of my machines free energy, and it was crashing some of my other machines. So this may be related to that. I really hope that that's not the case. I hope it's just a strange display bug, which it could be. But boy, that's... Why is everything always buggy with me? Why? 'Cause, yeah, it's just not. The buffers are full. Alright, well, I'm not going to worry about that too much, because if this chunk is as buggy as this chunk is, then I just spend a couple of days crying myself to sleep, because the amount of pain I've gone through with this chunk over here is just unprecedented. Speaking of pain and chunks and stuff, let's talk about bees for a little bit, since I have actually finally started getting something out of my bees. It took me about 3 weeks to finally put together some stuff that actually uses bees, and I did 2 of them. And this one over here, I've just got bees and apiaries, because apiaries don't cost any power, and this is basically a slow, low power system that I have set up that's producing wheat, bone meal, sugar, and scrap boxes, which I'm going to be moving down to my UU matter system as soon as I figure out why it's getting free energy. And basically the system's simple. All 3 of these apiaries are producing stuff. This one is a skeletal queen. Basically she's producing combs that produce the bone meal. This is the maroon queen. Maroon queen is mostly here to produce honey and sugar. The sugar is basically made by the honey drops come in here. This is just a crafter. Is combined with one of these Pam's Harvest Crafts pots and makes sugar. Now the sugar is then divided equally between this cache up here and this energized smelter. When you put sugar in an energized smelter, or any smelter, because of Mine Factory Reloaded, it turns into sugar charcoal. Sugar charcoal comes over to the Stirling generator and is turned into power. I've got an ectatic in here in order to get the full amount of power out of every charcoal that goes in there. So, what the? What? What? Where did... What? This must be from Toasty. Oh yeah, it's got a link upgrade. He was creating this Magnum Torch factory. I don't know why he thought he needed to make a whole factory for him, but you know, if you're gonna do something, you might as well overdo it. And I'd traded him some brown bees that I set up for him, so he could get some brown dye for his building base, and he said he was going to give me a couple of Magnum torches in return because I needed a couple more. I didn't think he was just going to give me the whole output of the factory, although I'm sure because it's linked he's got one in his base too. Wow, okay. I guess I'm going to be fixing my Magnum torch situation. Wow. And again, everything that isn't used in the system here, I didn't know if I hit this bee. This bee is the farmed bee. This is producing the wheat, and it's also producing the seed comb seedy comb that's becoming seed oil, which we need for doing alvearies. So that's my first bee system. Again, very low power system. The only time that it needs to draw energy is when the squeezer, the centrifuge, or either of these 2 are doing anything. But otherwise, it just sits here inert, which allows it to do all of its work at a very low power cost and just exist off of what's all produced in the bees. And again, the nice thing about that is it moves as fast as the bees do. So if I want to overclock these guys, I can put frames in there. It's been doing its thing for about a week, and as you can see, 3,000 sugar, 1,200 bone meal, 2,600 wheat, and a couple of hundred scrap boxes. So it's doing a good job. Doing a fair amount of work. The other one I set up, which I pointed to briefly down here in the basement, is my plastic system, and that's all that this system is making is plastic. Just this nice HDPE sheets. And this is from Mechanism. And it's also, of course, like everything else, producing scrap from everything that's left over. And this is a system that's actually very, very efficient. It produces quite a bit more energy than it needs. But again, just running off of an apiary, this time I've got agrarian bees in it. That produces the most wheat comb per bee tick. So, and those go into the centrifuge and become wheat and other stuff. Other stuff becomes turned into scrap. Wheat goes into the crusher, which becomes biomass, or biofuel. Biofuel goes into the first PRC over here to become substrate and ethylene gas. Ethylene gas is then split between these three. The gas burning generator, which powers everything. A rotary condensator, which is producing liquid ethylene to drive the PRC that's over here, which is turning the substrate made by that PRC into the actual plastic. But actually that's coming over here first, becoming, it takes 3 of the pellets and creates 1 sheet, which goes here. And then this is actually my pressure relief tank, because this system actually completely filled up with ethylene gas because it was making far more ethylene gas than it's actually burning. Oh, I shouldn't say far more, but at least I think 25 to 30% more than it burns in order to power everything. And this is here basically because if it fully pressurizes, I think it's just going to stop. So this is just letting off. And again, this is where some of my water's going down to this electrolytic separator, which is making the hydrogen and oxygen that runs the PRCs. So yeah, and all of that, of course, just to make plastic. But that does kind of show you that if you really wanted to, you could take an agrarian queen or 4 and drive an ethylene power chain. You would just need to use like industrial apiaries or alvearies, or even a bunch of apiaries with frames in, or a lot of aviaries without frames in. The thing with apiaries that's kind of weird is that they, for some reason, are coded to only produce 10% as much outputs as alvearies or industrial apiaries. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing with my bees. Again, they haven't been producing a lot, but they've been producing a few things I needed for my moon base. And the wheat and stuff that's upstairs, this is actually all going to be for genetics. All right, so let's clean the board here a little bit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright, so all that stuff is done, other than troubleshooting why I'm getting infinite power. That really does bother me. Especially since this should be drawing just a ton of power, right? It does take power, right? I'm not just... Alright, I gotta know. It does take power, right? Yeah, power 512 EU per tick max. Yeah, it should be drawing power. There's some sort of bug there. I'll try to figure it out later. I really don't want to be operating it on free power, especially if it's because my Buggy Chunks. Buggy Chunks, there we go. That's a band name if I've ever heard one. Oh man, or better yet, that's like a stage name, Buggy Chunks. That's gonna be my stage name. I'm changing the channel. It's no longer Infinity Labs Taco Mage. It is Buggy Chunks. Hey guys, Buggy Chunks here. All right, so what was I doing? Sorry, got stuck out on Buggy Chunks. Genetics. Okay. So we need to start off with the fermenter in order to make biomass. Okay, so fermenter is just a general forestry block. Fermenter. So I didn't think I had one of those. Just glass. More bronze gears. I bet you I don't have enough bronze gears to make this thing. In that I have no bronze gears. Excellent. Where's the thermal one? Thermal. There we go. So 4 of these to make my fermenter. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm also going to need fertilizer, and luckily I think I've got fertilizer. I think I've got everything needed to do the best recipe for fertilizer, which is this one here. One of the bees that I was breeding up to get to another bee actually produced ash as a appetite. actually produced ash as a byproduct, so I've actually got a small pile of ash, which is very useful for this particular situation. And I'm gonna need, I think, water. Let's see, because I'm using this to make biomass, and I think I need water. Oh no, I need juice. So let's get some tanks out, because I want to. I have no tanks. All right, let's make some tanks. Here, my cat's telling me that he doesn't like the fact that I'm talking. Alright, so I think 2 tanks to start should be good. Yeah. Oh, I can just make hardened tanks without going through the... Alright, so then we got some fluid duct, and let's get some servos. It doesn't really matter which ones. Alright. So what we're going to do... Nope. Up. We need to go up. Let's put this guy... Yes, my cat is certainly bothering me. Alright guys, we're going to break here real quick while I take care of my cat, because he's starting to knock stuff off the shelves just to get my attention. Alright, sorry about that guys. Cats, you know, they have their schedules, and if you don't stick to them, they freak out. He knows that if I'm sitting at the computer talking, it means it's bedtime. Alright, so we're just going to extend this out this way. What is this? It's empty energy flux duct. Well, glad I brought that along. Alright, I don't think I've got any extra up here, do I? Alright, well, let's just pull down a couple of these apiaries for now. So just to pull them all. None of them have any queens in them. Ooh. Well, hello. I wonder what... there's a hole in my floor. Yes, let's put a hole somewhere else so that I can fill in the unsightly hole. There we go. That's good. GG, Taco. Let's move that hole over here. Alright. So, what I need to do is put down this fermenter, and then I need to get some honey over to it, because honey gives you slightly more biomass per bucket than just water does. So, if we take hardened flux duct, move some of these flowers out the way, and then stick this tank on the end here. Oh, that might have worked too. Let's see, I got some servos, and we'll just... and then turn that guy off, and it should fill up my honey tank. Just not very quickly. Come on, fill her up. Alright, well that's filling up. Let's get the other stuff in here. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you can use to make your biomass. The one I'm going to use, since I've got a whole bunch of them, is saplings. I've got 20,000 saplings over here. I could also use the wheat that I've been making over here, but I'm going to need that wheat for something else anyway, so I might as well use saplings, since, as I said, I got 20,000 of them. I'm not using them for anything else. I don't know why I grabbed 2 stacks. And then the fertilizer goes down here. And then once the honey is hooked up, hopefully it's done now. Oh yeah, it looks like it's done now. Let's just... oh, I don't want to lose... I don't want to lose that honey. Can I just... oh! Good lord. Hi, Toasty. Toasty, are you stealing my honey? Don't... sorry. Oh, he was talking to me and I didn't even notice. Oh, there it is. Alright. Pick that up. Alright, so if we come over here... don't know if I need... let's just set it right on top and see if I actually need to... I think if I just set this to export... yeah, there we go. So that fills up my honey, and that's going to be just cranking out biomass. Now, biomass I need to ferment into ethylene, so for that we're going to need a still. Alright, still. Now, I don't think I can place this right next to it and just have it automatically come over, but we're about to go up, Taco. We're about to find out. Yes, maybe? Nope. Alright, so... alright, so that should come over to the still, which should just do its... you know, this may not actually even need power. Maybe? Yeah, maybe it does. Alright, and so that's going to be producing ethanol. And then we're just going to... let's see if... come on. Let's see if I can just... nope. Nope. Alright, so I gotta do